This video is gonna be reaction and discussion of two trailers for the live action adaptation of Lilo Stitch. The reaction is now going to commence. Technically, a reaction to the first trailer, but sure. Anyway, as I was saying, reaction to the first trailer. Yeah. He also has the ability to think as a supercomputer, I think.
But he's making himself right at home.
You sure that's it though?
Rough.
Agent Cobra Bubbles, we have a blue dog to get you.
I already have a couple of things to say.
I'm gonna give you to 3 Stitch. Why?
I'll just start the reaction of trailer 2, I guess.
Why do I have to be at your work? I'm sick.
I haven't watched Lilo and Stitch in a while. I'm actually someone who usually doesn't rewatch movies. I mean, I can talk about it in a discussion, but...
Why not?
Because people eat off them.
No.
Who cares? They're already covered with bird filth.
Lilo.
Yeah. Right.
Stay. Here.
I'm really trying to remember it. How's it?
Lilo.
How's Stitch? I'm actually kinda annoyed I'm laughing. But anyway,
You sure that's it though?
maybe. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
This is... I'm annoyed! I'm so annoyed. I'll describe why later. Oh.
No. Stitch. Put it down. Yes.
No, it was so many things to say. Alien gibberish. Wow, thank you. Thank you.
No. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3 Stitch.
Of course. I do not... Is this actually a scene or is this one of the new scenes? I think this is new. I'm pretty positive this is new. This wasn't in the original. The whole Western reference, if it was there, I'm pretty positive it was executed differently. And frankly, this as a whole does feel different, but also feels similar. I don't know, I have many mixed emotions. So, for starters, I have watched, obviously, I have watched the original, and as I have said, I've not rewatched it in a while, because maybe it's precisely because when I was very little, I think till 6? Maybe 7, can't remember. But yeah, when I was around that age, I had exactly 13 movies, or I can't remember how many, but I had a dozen, let's say, movies, and I would watch them over and over and over, and the more I've grown, the less I've rewatched movies. Even some of my favorite movies of all time, I've maybe watched them twice. Just I'm someone who doesn't rewatch movies. It would be interesting to watch this because this is one of the movies that was one of the dozen, and it was also one of the ones I watched the least. However, I think, at least from the trailers, as surprisingly shocking as it is to me, it feels genuine. Genuine? Sure. It feels closer to what I would want, I guess, from live action movie, even though I'm not sure whether I said it, but if I did, I'll repeat it. I genuinely find live action a lesser medium than animation. I just do. And this clearly is also a mix with some CGI, etc. But yeah, overall, I just prefer animation. In spite of all of that, I somehow feel like this is kind of capturing what I enjoyed about the movie. Because Stitch does feel funny. It does feel very energetic, obviously, enough silly, etc.
Eventually.
I feel like they're kind of nailing it, at least in the trailers, which is really shocking to me because I genuinely dislike every single live action Disney thing. It seemed lighthearted, it seemed like... That's the one thing I guess they haven't really shown yet, which is frankly gonna be an important part of the movie, so I understand why it wasn't in the trailer, but this is a very fun movie that does have a lot of heart, and it's about family. We'll see whether they'll be able to do both. Do a very fun movie that's incredibly entertaining with this super powerful alien creature it is genuinely terrifying how powerful Stitch actually is. But the important thing is, can they do that super fun movie and also actually drive the point home that this is going to be a film that has a lot of heart and it is about family. We'll see. I think there is even more trailers these are going to I'm gonna be watching, but the fact that I've heard anyone say anything positive about this and even Disney themselves hyping this up is really shocking to me, and now that I've watched it, I kinda understand it. I still genuinely think there is more things like obviously of Agent Bubbles feeling more cool in the actual animated film, and I'm certain there's gonna be more things like that that are just gonna feel slightly off or not hit just as hard precisely because the medium they're in, but overall this could be a good movie. So we'll see. Maybe it's gonna be horrible and they're just very good at making trailers, but for now, there is a really channel there and I hope you're just as excited as I am.